It is a changing of the guard at Montreal City Hall. The party of Denis Coderre and Gérald Tremblay is back in power. Has a new leader, though, Soraya Martinez-Ferrada. Davld Heurtel joins us. Hi, David.
Hi, Mitsumi.
So this vote yesterday, a vote for Soraya Martinez-Ferrada, or was it a vote against Projet Montreal, do you think?
I think it was primarily a vote against Valérie Plante, specifically. When you add up all the totals, I mean, close to 66% of people who actually came out and voted for another option than Projet Montreal. So that is a clear message. When we look at 2021, Valérie Plante had garnered 52% of the vote. But the real disappointment is only 35% turnout. That's even less than 2021's 38%. That means that Soraya Martinez-Ferrada doesn't have a very strong mandate, because when you add everything up, that means that 16% of eligible voters voted for her.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you about that, because with that kind of, she doesn't have a strong mandate at all. Do you think we'll be seeing a very different city government now?
It's going to take time. And I think Montrealers' patience is thin as it is already. But to think about this, you have 8 years of a Projet Montreal bureaucracy. That's not going to be easy to change, and you're not going to affect real change for citizens with a resistance within the bureaucracy. Also, you have the STM strike. You have a budget that's coming up in December. The city doesn't have any money, and it has to go to Quebec City and Ottawa to get most of the money for the major projects. And François Legault, let's face it, Mitsumi, is not going to focus on Montreal as a key priority. If he has any chance of saving his fortunes in October of 2026, he's going to put the little money he has into ridings in the regions that he thinks he has a chance of winning, and Montreal is not going to be a priority for him.
And François Legault has never had a great relationship with Valérie Plante to begin with. But I'm looking at Martinez-Ferrada. I mean, one of the things that she keyed on was the fact that she is an immigrant, a child of immigrant. She's been with the federal Liberals, so she's a federalist. If there should be a PQ government coming in next year, how is she going to fare under a PQ government, do you think?
Well, it's going to be very interesting, but if we have a PQ government, that means we're starting a referendum campaign. So you're going to have, again, a PQ government, because if we have a PQ government, that means the money and the priorities are going to go again outside Montreal. So here we go again with the same cycle of seeing Montreal with no real political weight. And remember, on the federal side, contrary to the rest of the country, every cent of federal money that is targeted towards a city in Quebec has to go through the provincial government. So it's going to be very tough for Martinez-Ferrada to really set her agenda unless she finds a way to align herself and create a really strong alliance with Catherine Fournier, a former PQ member in Longueuil, and Stéphane Boyer in Laval.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that, because the mayors of Laval and Longueuil, they've already agreed to join forces to collaborate on big projects and services. They say this way, economies of scale, cut costs. Is there something here that Montreal should be looking at in terms of joining forces with them as well?
Well, it's going to be very hard. Take, for example, the Hippodrome. The big problem with the Hippodrome is over $800 million in public infrastructure that needs to be built. The city doesn't have that money. So where's it going to go to get it? If you want a REM for the east end of Montreal, again, where are you going to find the money for that? Half of your job as mayor of Montreal is begging for money in Quebec City and in Ottawa. And the problem is right now, both of those governments are strapped for cash and have bigger priorities ahead of them.
Okay, so David, it's dark out, it's pouring rain, and you just haven't made me feel any better. But thank you very much for this.
Well, you know what? The Alouettes are in the Eastern Final. The Alouettes are in the Eastern Final, and the Habs are doing great.
And the Habs are doing great. Okay, so we will stick with that. Thank you very much, David.
Take care, Mitsui.